It's most certainly the people who make her, and that's probably because New York City is no accidental place. People get here on purpose. They make an entrance. They leave with a strange sense of loss in their bones. I've yet to meet a New Yorker without a story. It isn't really the place you close your eyes and pick out on a map saying, "Let's find a place with cheap rent and neighbors who want to bring us housewarming casseroles. Oh, this place looks nice." And New York City is details, too. All little details. Yes, if you really pay attention, New York City will shower you at nearly every corner with those kinds of compact moments that shock you and change you and convince you to believe in elements of surprise again. It's full of people who have no idea they're really just art to other passers-by. There are probably thousands of them who head home feeling worthless, like failures, never fully knowing the impact they made on a complete stranger just by walking out to face the world that day. Never fully knowing that they were the beautiful spot in someone else's ordinary day. I like to imagine the details of New York, wide open for you to witness, are just her way of saying, "This life thing you've got is a gift. I'm not concrete. I'm really just a holding spot for all the lives you might just touch." My roommates and I didn't have the typical hurdles of New Yorkers, so that was a blessing. There was no scramble to figure out which borough to live in, or the trial and error of terrifying Craigslist roommates with strange fetishes. There wasn't that internal thought process I've witnessed my friends endure. The one that goes sort of like, "Okay, I live in a shoebox. Indeed, it is a shoebox with no windows. And I will just have to decorate this shoebox with adorable succulents I purchased from Whole Foods." Our apartment was waiting for us when we arrived, and our rent was covered. That was a good and golden part of our service year. In particular, living expenses were paid for and we were just asked to spend no more than $25 a week, which comes across as much easier when you set the whole thing up like some Survivor challenge. You can get really crafty with only $25. I did much better with spending no money than I anticipated in these first few weeks, but I can only really give credit to the book I was reading at the time. At the orientation, the directors of the program handed out copies of the book, The Irresistible Revolution. The book was recommended reading for our volunteer year. I'd picked up a copy of the book early and devoured it over the summer break. While someone else might have been fine to just read the book and then put it down, I got all mangled by the book and basically made a plan to give away all my clothes and stop wearing shoes and move to Uganda to cuddle orphans. I was legitimately sure I needed to burn all my belongings when I stepped inside of the Bronx. Come to think of it, the book started mangling me even before I moved, specifically at one of my going-away parties. I say one of because there were maybe 3 or 4, due to the fact that every time my girlfriends and I would go to our favorite dueling pianos bar, I'd request Empire State of Mind and sit on top of a piano as the men on the pianos would sing out, "Hannah is moving to New York. Everyone say goodbye to her." And so that's basically a going-away party. I'd spent the earlier part of the day reading the book, and I'd come across a story about Mother Teresa and the fact she had pretty decrepit feet. And in all those years of having the imaginary version of her at my tea parties, I never once thought to look at her feet.